Hey guys, I know it wasn't scheduled, but I was trying to do another session earlier regarding doing the website, and I've honestly a complete fail because of the setup that I had and the system. But I was actually I figured it out over the weekend because I knew it's going to be an issue. So I actually bought a new system, a new computer. Finally have it installed. When we did the session, I've mentioned Cognito forms and how I plugged it into my website. What I am going to do right now, since I need to work on my Cognito form, I'm actually going to do my the process with you. So I'm going to do it online while I have you guys. And if anyone wants to ask any questions, let me know. Just going to show you the couple of forms that I already have, how they work. I'm going to create another form of two. If you want to ask any questions, you can ask. It will be recorded. I will upload it later. But just for the saving time, because I actually need to do it anyway, I thought I will just share it. So let me just share my screen and we'll start. Yeah, okay. So this is a Cognito form. Some of you just joined. I'm just doing a quick run. I'm going to show you how my setup is working with Cognito form, and I am going to create one for myself. So I have one, for example, for a wedding that I'm doing. Cognito form has a monthly membership subscription. Everything that I'm showing here is free. So this is currently the free membership. If you want to, and I will probably upgrade it really soon. You can see here there's an upgrade now, but everything you see here is included. It's free. So this is the actual form that I have for one of my clients. I'll show you. It's quite of a long form, but I'll show you how it looks on the actual. So if I am using the form, this is the form that I can either plug into my website or just send a link to my client. This is I can do the picture and they have the information, guest number 1, guest number 2. I can decide if this one is mandatory or not. If you see that star, means it's mandatory. As you can see, it's only mandatory for the first person to put an email. Second one doesn't. Same for all the contact information. So I am entering all the information here. Emergency contact information. Again, you can decide if you want to put any of this mandatory. If I have more guests, for example, and I click yes, then I have an option to add guest 3 and guest 4. If they require flights, I can then make the preferred airport mandatory. See if I change it and I only do hotel and transfers, then the preferred airport is not mandatory. As you can see here, you can pick whatever you want. If there's more than one, as you can see, this is double occupancy, single, triple, and quad was only added because I said more guests. If I remove this, well, I'm not sure. It should have been. But then you can have like handicap, or if you have any needs, or if you want to protect, then it can add insurance and all of the information. You could just play with it as much as you want. This is how my form looks, for example. I used another form for the cruise booking tool, for example. And let's go to the build. So the specific one, the April 2022, the Passover groups that I've been promoting, I made it look like this. Let me just copy the link so I can show it to you. But then I'm going to create something like this. So it's just basic name, phone, email, all mandatory. How many people? The default is 2, but it doesn't have to be 2, but that's just the default. If I pick Symphony of the Seas, for example, the Oasis class categories will open up. If I'm picking up Anthem, for example, different categories, see virtual balcony, so it's different. If they are interested with more than one cruise, it'll open both, and celebrity is also an option. So if they're interested in just celebrity or just this, they can pretty much pick whatever, and I can decide if they want, if they can have two or one, or, and this is just a basic form. They can write notes, submit, and I will get an email with all the information. If you want, put in the notes below, and I can show you how the report looks. But even if you don't want, you know what, let me show you how the entries look when someone submits. So once someone submits, you get all the information, when they submitted, what they requested. You can export it, you can print it, you could do whatever you want with it. But yeah, that's how it looks. So when I'm looking into going to the build, I'm going to build a new one that is going to be just for, let's say, my Alaska cruises, okay? Or if anyone has any idea, something that they want to include, let me know. But I am doing my Alaska one, for example. I am going to, I can choose a template. I can copy something from the original form. So let me copy the cruise booking form. I'll copy this one, which was initially that was my April 2022. This is my cruise form, Alaska cruises. Okay, that's the name. You can put a description, whatever you want. And all of these options here, you can add a text box, you can add a name. When you add the name, it's just, this is what's going to be added. If I want to include their address, for example, I can just put it in, and then it's just an address box. And then you can decide how you want it to look. There's always a preview. You can see how it looks. You can make it bigger, shorter, decide where you actually want to put it, because that's not the proper place for it. Yeah, I don't like it that it's, make it bigger. Yeah, you can put the address here, so it will, look like this. If you want the address information, I'm not interested in the address for this specific one. So the names, make it a little bigger. Phone, how many in your party? Again, that's the default, the amount of people that I want to create. Now, what you can do is, Susan, this is the totally free version. Let me open that up. You have this option, which is free, one user. You can go to Pro, you can go to Team. Current plan, as you can see right now, this is all free. I am considering going to the Team package, which has the option to grab credit card information and probably some more secured information in there. But right now, I am only using the free version. So everything that you see, you can just go to cognitoforums.com, register or sign up, and it's totally free. So this is the list of all the cruises specifically, and I want to show you something. Now, if you created, I don't know if you saw my trial run for the videos. Let me just save this file in another place that I can actually show you. Going to my Dropbox, just putting the just going to put it there. Oh, this is a new computer. I probably don't even have Excel on it. I don't even have an Excel on this computer yet. I just got it, like just like right now. So let's do something else. What I want to show, what I want to do actually, is show you that you can take a list of cruises or any list that you might have, and Let me send it to myself. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work. Sorry. Again, a new computer. But let's do something like this. Oh, I do have. I don't know. Let's do a new text, for example. So we have quantum of the seas, and we have serenade of the seas. And for example, you have oasis, you have allure, you have symphony. Again, just as example. So I can just copy these and plug them. Just stand on the first one and just copy. So you could see all of them right away. You don't need to actually plug them in one by one. So again, I don't know if you saw the website training. If you have everything set up, if you have it as an Excel, if you have everything already as a form, it's just easy. Just you plug it in. It's just so much easier than writing everything 10 times. Do you send this to the client as an attachment? No, I actually send them. I can send them just the link. So this is, for example, these are my clients. You just take this whole link. You could send them the link. This is the link. They click on it. If you want, again, this is my website. I can build a new page, standard page, Brett and Erica wedding. I'm going to hide it in navigation so it won't show. But this is them. What I can do, I can go here to iframe, copy it, and plug it. Go to the build. Let me just see where that is. Embed code. Yeah. Put the code in. Publish it. And now my clients, when they go in, they just see the website. When it's a free version, they see the powered by Cognito form. But if it's free, if it's the paid one, they just don't see this. But I can send my clients. I can either get that actual link, or if I go back to the pages and I make it in navigation, and I will put it, let's say in the contact, just as an example. So my clients can just go to Memories Forever Travel. They go to either the, oh, I didn't publish it. Publish. It's so great that I can now, this computer is like 10 times faster than what I had before. So I can just give them now this link, and now I can play. I can either put this picture in or whatever picture that they want to do. And this is now part of my website. So I can create a website for each and every one of my clients if I decide to do it. It's their own wedding page. I can give them, I can open up a new one and say weddings or events, and people will just go there, pick their proper wedding, proper event, and then they just fill all of these information, and I don't need to send them anywhere else. They're on my website. So that's one option that you can do with Cognito form. Again, if anyone has any questions, let me know. So when we are doing this as, for example, the categories, what I want people to do here in this specific form is pick the specific cruise that they're interested in. So quantum, for example, I had 2 sailings. So I can open up the date, like what date are you interested in? So I'm going to copy this one and paste it right below it. And I will ask what date are you interested in, or whatever, however I want to, right? I can go away. Okay. And then I can do, if I want to do, I can do checkbox, or I can do a Dropbox. So for example, a Dropbox will look like this. So I have April, or it wasn't, it was June 27th, 2021. And I think it was July 4th, 2021, just as an example. So when a person picks quantum, it will open up this, and then I'll show you the preview. What date are you interested? And then it will show as a drop. So you can either do a check or a drop. If you do a drop menu, remember that you can only pick one in a drop menu. And if you have a check, you can decide if they want to do, if it's, if it's required, if you want both of them or just one. So if you are doing both, you have to do, if you're giving them an option to pick more than one cruise, they'll need the option to pick more than one date. So I'll go back to the checkboxes, for example. So these, and I can say, now these are specific ones that are for quantum. So I can say, I always require, no, I don't. I require this field only when, need to change the name. How did I call this one? Please select the cruise that you're interested in. Okay. So only show this field when, please select the cruise that you're interested, either is filled out or actually only contains Quantum of the Seas. So when Quantum of the Seas is selected, that's the only time that it will show. See, so when I click Quantum of the Seas, this will show. Okay. Susan, I'm assuming that you can just grab the same link, as long as you can put an HTML format, embed an HTML in it, then there's not a problem. See, I have embed code. I put that in and just copy the code from here. So I don't think it matters if you're using Squarespace or anything else. So again, when I click on Quantum, this now opens up. If I want Serenade, then Serenade has different dates. So Serenade, let's copy this one again. Sorry, copy, paste below. And these are different dates. Again, I need to look in my forms, but let's say this was June 6, 2021. I'll just change these dates later. Yeah, 10th doesn't make any sense. Let's say 21. Again, that doesn't make any sense either, because they're all by a week. But let's just say, and then this will only show when Serenade is picked. So if I do a preview, I just like it. I don't like to like have the entire form, like everything, because people might go into the form, they see tons of stuff that they need to add, and they're like, whoa. So I like when they click on Serenade, this opens up. When they click on Quantum, this opens up. If they want both, they can pick both. But that is, again, this is easy. Everything is like conditioned, and then you could do it when it's like read only, or when you require the field. So if they picked, let's say they will, this is mandatory, always require when the please select your cruise is filled out, or contains the specific one. So when Quantum is selected, this now becomes mandatory. This is actually the one for Serenade. So, up. But I hope you got what I meant. This one was for Serenade. So always require when this is Serenade. This is kind of like the coding, but it's you got to make sure that it's right, and you can always preview and test it either with form validation or without it. With form validation, it will actually check, like it will check everything if it's correct or not. So when Serenade is open, as you can see, this one is now mandatory. And I can do the same for Quantum. And then with the categories, this one is not relevant. Actually, Quantum, yeah, Quantum is Anthem. So this is the same. So I can do this. I can include it, and an Oasis. Yeah, that's probably not relevant to this one. But that's pretty much how I play with it. And then you can ask for more information. Yeah, I removed something, so it's just now. Yeah, because I changed the select the cruise you're interested in. Yeah, because now it was Symphony, but we don't have Symphony anymore. You can make it as as complicated as you want. I can show you. Let's save. Go back to the weddings that I have. You can play with it as much as you want, and to see when stuff is required. Most of it is pretty simple. As you can see, the passport information is only mandatory, and this is required actually, or the whole thing. Yeah, this one becomes mandatory, and the entire block becomes mandatory when people are requesting flights and hotels. So if they selected a flight here, they select, this whole section becomes mandatory. If they say only hotels and transfers, this might show, but it's not mandatory at all. So they can decide. And again, you could play with it if specifically a lot of them come from Canada as well. So American, Canadian. I can put a huge Dropbox for like tons of countries, or just have, you can have it as other. It's a lot easier. You can have a form if they want to upload their passport. They can add that as well. You can decide check in, check out. If you know when the wedding is, for example, this is an old one. So the range for the wedding will be the actual dates. The newer one, I don't know why I did save. Doesn't matter. It's the old one. The new ones just have different dates. Yeah, this is for 2021. So these are the actual dates for the wedding. So I just that's the check-in, and that's it. They have to put these dates in. And yeah, you can put prices. You can assign prices if you know the room, and then you can write that it's per night, double occupancy. You can put as much information as you want in it. So if anyone has any questions about what I'm doing, it is. I'm sorry. To me, it's quite simple. It takes a little bit of time to play with it, a little bit. But if you're doing a very basic form like this one, it is pretty easy. These are all the options. So if you want to add, if they want them to upload a file, just decide where you want to put it, and then you want to title it and just say your picture or whatever file you need them to, and it will just show, and it will just be there. You just click on save or the preview, and they'll click on it. If you need it later to like you want to discard changes, If you want to play with the colors later, if you want the page, the background to be different, or you can always play with it later, and decide how you want like the font to be. There are a lot of things that you can play with it. Yeah, I'm not going to save it. But this is just basic, and it depends on how it looks on your website eventually. And what I said about having them, the wedding pages and everything, it's just you could do whatever you want. I haven't done it yet, honestly. I'm just spending the time right now learning about everything that I'm kind of sharing now. So I will be able to do it later. Yeah, so what I did with my Passover cruises, for example, when someone picks a specific cruise, if someone is interested in a specific cruise and they say save your space, they click, it takes them to this page, and this page has, or should have, here it is. Has the cruise booking form. Again, as I said before, they're interested in celebrity. They can put some notes. So I am interested in it. I actually made, it's either phone or email. So once someone enters phone, the email is not mandatory. And I'll show you here if you want to how I did it. Let's go into build. So I said require this when phone is not filled. And I did the exact same thing in reverse. So on phone, I said only require this field when email is not filled. So they have to put one of them, email or phone. They don't have to put both. It's up to them. So I put the phone, and the default, again, I put default here. Let me just close these pages. And this one as well. I put the default here as 2 because that's the price, but I did allow them, they can put any number between 1 and 8. But the default that I've put, the default value is 2. You could put 3, you can have nothing, but 2 is the default. And then once they select it and they write, let's say, I am, or call me, I am ready to book. Submit. Thank you. Again, you can decide what it says here. I actually probably need to change this to have something a little nicer. And then these are my emails. I got an email saying someone you have a new form submission. You can click on it, and this is how it looks. It's just the contact information. You can create a document, put it into like a PDF. Sorry, again, it's a new computer, so tons of the stuff are not updated. I don't even have a PDF creator on this. And just the form, you can save these at a specific folder or whatever you want. I have something, I think, in my Dropbox for clients for the wedding, so I just keep all of them. For example, all of the clients that booked, I have all their based on numbers. Just makes it easier. Always, it's always on the app, but it's just easy. Any questions? I'm seeing a few people on the line, not too many. Again, this is I'll just publish it later. You guys will be able to access. If you have any questions, it is pretty simple. Again, I remind you, this is the whole free. This is free version. I did like Sesame Place tickets. There's tons of stuff. Used to no one goes anymore. It's closed. But you can create. You can play with it and do whatever you want with it. It's pretty. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to change the dates, maybe play a little bit. Oh, I'll show you how it looks with the when someone submits, because I think on this wedding I did, I think in the publish. No, it's not in the publish. It's in the build. Shares a template. There is an option, or there was an option where I can say what the system will form setting, submitted. Thank you for filling out the form. Your response has been recorded. So I can play with this and I can do whatever I want with it. Oh, by the way, if you want to create, you can also do pages. I can show you something. So I have this cruise booking form. No, this one. I can add a page. It's in this section. There's an option to add a page break. I'm not seeing it. Is it section? Nope. I am not sure why I'm not seeing it, but you can create a page. Yeah, I am not seeing it. I'm not sure why. Create a section. Oh, here it is. Page break. Yeah, page break. So when you do this, you can have just a one page, and once they're done, it can take you to the next page. Preview, no validation, next. So it will just take you to the next page, and as many pages as you want, you can create. It's a nice. I think it's a nice feature. Again, I just don't like it when everything is just showing all. It just scares me when I see a really long form. That's it. I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. And I will post this later. If anyone will have any question, post them below. Let me know, and I'll try and answer. But that's pretty much it. Goodbye for now. Bye.